This is crazy. This is crazy. What if I told you that the Vita was initially going to look like this? Basically, it was going to go by this design. So if you are foreign to the handheld market, I guess you could say, and you've never been a handheld gamer, you just joined whenever the Vita came out, you might not know what this is, because it wasn't very popular, and well, I guess you could say it wasn't liked by many people. But this is the PSP Go. Sony was like, okay, the PSP is a little too fat to fit in the pocket. You have to carry it in a book bag. Let's make something that can fit in your pocket, and it can be the definition of gaming on the go. That's where this happened. And so to make it smaller, they added the sliding feature so that the buttons are down here. Now, I thought this was amazing, but a lot of people didn't like it. I sold my PSP 2000 to get this, and I loved it. I was happy with it. The only thing is, of course, the controls were a little bit harder to use because it was smaller. But all in all, it was a very cool concept. I loved it. Now, this video just went up yesterday, and it's a prototype PlayStation Vita. What? So if you can see the image on the screen right now, that is what it looks like. The link to the video is in the description below. Go ahead, check that out. It's crazy. It's so cool. Now, if you look at the PSP Go, the way it's outlined is as if it definitely could have had two joysticks. The start and select were placed here when it could have been two joysticks right here, and the start and select could have been easily right there. But no, they had bigger plans, and I'm pretty sure that's their plans. They're already making the PS Vita, so that's the main reason why they didn't do that. They just wanted to make another model before they stopped with the PSP, and that's where this came in. But it just looks so beautiful, and it looks like another joystick there would have just felt amazing. Like you would have just been like this, and it would have been perfect. And you can go like this, use items and stuff. So the fact that it was prototyped to look like this doesn't surprise me a whole lot. What surprises me is how somebody has it. It's crazy. It's crazy because I would have never thought that they actually did sort of go off this design. You know, I'm thinking about this now. What if this was initially supposed to be the Vita, but then they didn't like the design. It felt too clunky. It wasn't, you know, it just wasn't right. And then, so they said, okay, let's not scrap the whole idea. Let's make it a model of the PSP. Because if you didn't know, this one actually has a little bit more memory, I believe, than the normal Vita. So they added in a little bit of power, so that it ran PSP games even smoother than it did before, basically. That's like the only logical solution that I can have, that they would, it looks identical, you know, because if you look, this is on both sides. One was a home button and one was the turning on button, while on this one, to turn it on, you go to the side, and that's just like how it was for PSPs, the side little thing, and then you have a thing for wireless on the other side as well. So the PSP Go didn't use any UMD, it was all internal. If you look, this is a place for a memory card, and of course it wasn't proprietary memory cards where you had to get a Sony one. You could use whatever micro mini SD you wanted, and it already had internal memory. You could get a 16 gigabyte or 32 gigabyte. And so, surprisingly enough, this prototype Vita had 16 gigabytes of memory. I'm sure you could have got 32 if you wanted, but it had 16 gigabytes of internal memory. And something even crazier is that at the bottom of it, of the prototype, it has an HDMI port. HDMI in port, so you could just project it onto your TV. And if you didn't know, we have this mysterious port. It's been figured out that this port doesn't do anything, but it's also been proven that this port was initially supposed to be for HDMI in port, so that you could do the same thing you can do with a PlayStation TV. The reasoning behind why they took it off is unclear, but they're dumb for that. So let me know what you guys think about this prototype Vita in the comments below. I think this is crazy. I think this is crazy, and how it's just surfacing right now. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. I will see you guys next time.